We're tracking low snow, low temperatures, and apparently hail today. They'll tell you what to keep in mind if you're hitting the road tonight.
Plus,
you never think about flushing the toilet, right, until it doesn't work.
That was hail.
Well, imagine that for the whole city.
Chico sewer rates will be going up. We'll show you why, when, and how much more you could pay.
And a viral car theft trend arrives in our area. One woman shares her story as police hone in on a group of teen suspects.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We're tracking stormy weather conditions across our region, with winter conditions creating major impacts, and seeing low snow elevations then normal low temperatures across our area.
Yeah, our chief meteorologist, Howie Gordon's been tracking this for us. No surprise, Howie, you knew this was coming, and you're saying that we're not done with it yet.
No, we're not done. This round probably should extend into tomorrow before more storms move in at the end of the weekend. But first things first, if you ever play that game, Where's Waldo, and you got to find them. But the difference on this map here is that for our winter storm warning, look at how far the winter storm warning has been extended now. Redding, Red Bluff, down to Corning, and beyond, down to Chico. This wasn't here the last couple of days. So with snow levels coming down to potentially 300 feet, with temperatures maybe dropping down into the upper 20s potentially, yes, we could see snow, maybe an inch or so potentially in the valley. We're seeing snow right now, mostly in the mountains. A couple thunderstorms popping up near Red Bluff. I'm keeping an eye on those to see if they become strong or severe. For now, just seeing some claps of thunder, and the rain a little bit heavier where those storms are. Temperature-wise, below average by about 20 degrees, just about anywhere you go, especially in the valley, in the mid-40s right now. Winds, or excuse me, these are feel-like temperatures with the wind chills, not as bad as yesterday, but still very much on the chilly side as we are breezy. But we'll talk about overnight as well as those storms that are headed our way in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Howie.
Winter weather impacted areas just north of Redding overnight. Places like Lakehead and the city of Shasta Lake received enough snow that it actually stuck to the ground throughout the morning. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield shows us how things looked at Shasta Lake Caverns.
Hundreds of people woke up to a winter wonderland this morning as freezing temperatures and winter storms brought enough snow to cover the foothills leading into the Shasta Trinity National Forest. With snow impacting us here in the valley and low elevation areas, you see things you don't normally see, including snow on top of palm trees. At Lake Shasta Caverns this morning, snow covered the mountains surrounding the state's biggest reservoir.
It is nice because, of course, that water goes down into Shasta Lake, so we're going to be looking like another full lake this year.
The caverns are closed for now due to snow at the cave's entrance, making the roads and tours inaccessible.
The nice part is this is a slow time of year, so it doesn't really hamper us too much, but it gives us some amazing scenery, that's for sure.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation says Shasta Lake was 78% full as of yesterday. Reporting on Lakehead, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
The Shasta Lake Caverns were first discovered in 1978 and opened to the public for tours in 1964.
Authorities in Lake Tahoe confirmed 8 of the 9 skiers reported missing after an avalanche have been found dead. That avalanche, we told you yesterday, hit Castle Peak at around 11:30 yesterday morning there. This is in the backcountry north of the Boreal Mountain Ski Resort. Search and rescue efforts continue as officials work to determine what caused this slide. We do know it's now the deadliest avalanche in California's history. Skilled rescue ski teams raced to the scene and rescued 6 people early yesterday. But as time goes on, weather conditions are becoming a challenge as rescuers search for the one remaining missing skier.
Due to the ongoing challenges of the weather, the avalanche conditions, the effort remains ongoing, as well as our search for the remaining skier. But the weather is a factor. It's not a resource issue as we speak. It is a weather condition and safety condition for our response teams.
Even as snowfall tapers, lingering showers and deep existing snow will keep travel difficult and terrain unstable around the Tahoe Basin. Another storm is expected to begin tomorrow, potentially stacking new snow on top of the current base.
New at 6, law enforcement is warning patrons against the risk of identifying theft this tax season. Reading Police Department said that identity theft increases during this time of year. Thieves attempt several ways to access your mail. You can protect yourself by choosing to get a direct deposit on your refund, as well as installing a locking mailbox. If you find yourself a victim to identity theft, report it to local law enforcement.
New at 6, Shasta County is changing how you can participate in board meetings beginning in July. Remote public comment by phone will be available thanks to new technology approved this week. Supervisor Matt Plummer says while you soon will be able to call in during board meetings, new limits will apply. You can speak for just up to 2 minutes per item with a 20-minute total cap per item, and you may comment on no more than 4 total items. Plummer says these limits aim to prevent meeting disruptions from high call volumes. Some members said they'd like to revisit the 20-minute cap after seeing how implementation goes.
New tonight, firefighters worked quickly to extinguish the flames of a house fire in Oroville. It started about 12:15 this afternoon at a home on Oro Avenue near Washington Street. Investigators say the fire started in vegetation outside, but it spread to the structure. There was moderate smoke damage inside the house. No one was hurt. The cause is still under investigation.
New developments. The Oroville man found guilty of detonating a homemade bomb at his ex-girlfriend's apartment complex will spend 9 years, 4 months in prison. David Lee Davis pleaded guilty to felony domestic violence and explosives charges last month. No one was injured in the blast, which happened September 22nd at an apartment complex on Nelson Avenue. The Butte County DA says the chemical bomb scattered shards of glass.
If you live in Chico, your sewer rates could go up soon as the city considers a 5-year sewer rate adjustment. Action News Now reporter Bea Barbosa spoke with staff members and city leaders about what the potential changes could cost you.
You never think about flushing the toilet, right, until it doesn't work. Well, imagine that for the whole city.
If you live in Chico, brace yourself for a price hike.
One of the things that will certainly happen is the sewer fees have to go up, unfortunately.
A study on the city's sewer system was presented to the City of Chico Finance Committee Wednesday with 2 proposed options for how to address challenges.
There's $135 million worth of work that needs to be done to maintain the water treatment and sewer facilities. We have 238 miles of sewer pipe in the town, in Chico. And so the task is how do we find the $135 million.
Under one option presented to the committee, there would be an overall 180% increase in rates to address regulatory and infrastructure needs. Here's why that increase is so high.
Investment into the system over the long term has been underfunded. Over the past 15 years, we've continued to remain one of the lowest rates in the entire region. And this allows us to keep the system operating day to day, but it doesn't allow for us to invest in the infrastructure and ensure that it lasts now and into the future. The issue now has become deferred maintenance. So projects that could have been accomplished over the past 10 to 15 years are now coming to a head, and they need to be addressed.
The other option would also require a 180% increase, but it would be phased in gradually and end up costing more in the long run. In Chico, Bea Barbosa, Action News Now.
The committee asked staff members to come back with 3 more options for them to consider in March before the matter comes before the full city council at a later date.
Shasta County Sheriff's deputies arrested 46-year-old Michael Robinson after months of searching for him in connection with 2 violent attacks. Deputies say back on December 5th, they got a call from a man who said Robinson, his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, snuck up behind him and hit him multiple times with a metal pipe, breaking his arms. On December 8th, the same victim said Robinson approached him with a gun and threatened to kill him, then shot him in the shoulder. This all according to a police report. Well, yesterday evening, deputies found and arrested Robinson at a home on Peach Lane in Reading. They say he tried to flee out from the back, but they caught up with him.
New tonight, the Tehama County Sheriff's deputies arrested a woman they say had nearly 4 pounds of meth. The sheriff's office says that this is what they found after searching, or I should say serving, a search warrant at the home of Cheryl Cadot today. She was booked on charges including drug possession and child endangerment.